Hi, this is Michael Buckoff from BetterTOEFLScores.com. So this free TOEFL writing evaluation is for LG. So thank you for submitting your TOEFL academic discussion practice to BetterTOEFLScores.com. So I encourage you to also send me a speaking sample. If you have any doubts about your speaking, you can pick a TOEFL speaking interview topic and then record your 45 to 60-second response and then send that also through Better TOEFL Scores. I'll give you feedback on that. So let's take a look at what you wrote here. So you said, well, Paul highlights the fact that society has not reached the goal Dr. Smith mentions. I agree with Claire that in the future, people will have more time for other responsibilities beyond work, primarily due to ongoing technological advancements. And that is absolutely perfect. What did you do here? This is synthesis. You're acknowledging one of the students by saying Paul, by saying while, you're distancing yourself from him. And then you also acknowledge the professor, Dr. Smith. And then you even acknowledge the second student's post, Claire. So this is excellent engagement, I think, with both the professor and the two students' post. You say, in addition to Claire's points, many workplaces have experienced remarkable improvements in efficiency and productivity with the advent of technology. For instance, people can now hold meetings remotely, while sophisticated algorithms can manage numerous industrial processes without human intervention. As a result, tasks can be completed in less time, allowing workers to devote more time to their families and personal pursuits. Although today's world is competitive, Paul overlooks the fact that competitiveness itself encourages companies to automate routine activities and operations, which can ultimately reduce employees' workloads. In conclusion, technological innovation will continue to transform the workplace, making it easier for people to achieve a healthier balance between their professional and personal lives. So how does this score? Well, this LG is a 5 out of 5. So your CEFR level, according to what you wrote, is C1. So if you estimate this according to the old TOEFL equivalent, it will be 27 to 30 points out of 30. So why did I give you the highest possible score? So you clearly state a position, you engage with both students and even mention the professor. You provide relevant support, you include a specific example, use a variety of sentence structures, and you demonstrate a strong control of grammar and vocabulary. I didn't see any errors, not even minor systematic errors. More importantly, the response feels natural and academic rather than memorized. So I don't see some artificial templates in there that don't quite fit what you're trying to do. It's very smooth. So what you did well, you engaged with both students, as I already said. So many students only respond to the classmate they agree with. You did something even better. You agreed with Claire, you addressed Paul's argument, explained why you disagreed, and this creates a more sophisticated discussion. 2, strong development. So I really liked when you said, for instance, people can now hold meetings remotely while sophisticated algorithms can manage numerous industrial processes without human intervention. So that's very, very specific. 3, strong vocabulary. Examples include ongoing technological advancements, very great phrase right there, efficiency and productivity, human intervention, automate routine activities, healthier balance. So the vocabulary is very precise and it's appropriate for an academic discussion, and it puts you into that very high C1 CEFR level. So one small improvement. The conclusion, I don't think is really needed. I don't think you need to do a conclusion for these discussion posts. So if you have limited time, which you probably will, it's not easy to do all what you did in say 10 minutes. You could use those words to add one more supporting detail instead. For example, instead of the conclusion, you could say, furthermore, Advances in artificial intelligence may eventually eliminate many repetitive administrative tasks, giving workers even greater flexibility. So this is a minor suggestion. It does not significantly affect your score. So why did I give this a 5 instead of a 4? So a typical 4-level response often has more generic type examples. It has less engagement with other students. It has less precise vocabulary. It has simpler sentence structures. So your response goes beyond that because it develops the argument clearly and uses language with a high degree of control. So I think that's the one thing that really stands out, because today already I just finished grading a 2.5 response, and that student could not control the basic sentence structure very well. I read a couple of 3s and then one that was a 5, and this is definitely better than everything I've read so far today. So your final score here for the TOEFL Writing Task 3, Write for an Academic Discussion, is 5. Your estimated SEFR level, especially with the vocabulary level and the grammar and the sentence structure, is C1. And from the old TOEFL equivalent, it would be 27 to 30 out of 30. So you have a very clear position. You respond to both students. You have strong supporting details. You have an effective organization, advanced vocabulary, and excellent grammar control. So this is a very excellent response and would likely be considered a fully successful contribution to the academic discussion according to ETS's scoring standards. So thank you for submitting your TOEFL practice test to bettertoeflscores.com. So a lot of people at YouTube, if you have time, forward this feedback to other students who are not getting a 5 out of 5. They should see what it looks like. So thank you, LG, for submitting your TOEFL practice test to bettertoeflscores.com.